Hi there guys, I'm going to do a quick video since I've got a few minutes on bullying. Okay, now this is the World Class Happiness channel. Bullying obviously makes people unhappy, really unhappy sometimes, to the point where people want to take their lives. So bullying's a real issue. Now I've never really had any personal experience of bullying as such. Now you might think that makes me less qualified to talk about bullying, but maybe that makes me more qualified. All right, and now why is that? That's possibly because, you know, I wasn't a target of bullies, and it was probably something that I was doing to prevent me from getting bullied. Okay, now I could have been lucky, but often people are bullied not because they're extra small or extra large or you know, got a disability or something like that. And it can, obviously those things can make you a target, but there's extra big people, extra small people, people with disabilities, people who are, you know, may stand out in various different ways who aren't bullied. And you've got to ask yourself, why are they not bullied as opposed to people who are? And often it's just the way you come across. All right, so what I want to do today really is just to try and reframe bullying, because bullying's not going away. Okay, it doesn't matter how much we dislike it, it doesn't matter how much we rant about it, bullying's not going anywhere. You know, there's always been bullies, there will always be bullies. It's just a way that people can get some power and feel more significant by putting other people down. Okay, and generally the people who are bullies are insecure. So really, we shouldn't really worry about bullying or the bullies. We should worry about ourselves. Okay, now we need to take responsibility, be accountable for ourselves, realize that that's not necessarily other people who are making your bullying issue a problem. Possibly it's yourself. All right, now that might sound, you know, like I'm being quite rude in a way, you know, to kind of imply that maybe that's your fault that you're getting bullied. But what I'm trying to do is shift the power to you. Okay, in which case, if you've got the power to control something, then you can also find a solution for it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So if you are bullied in any way, don't worry about, you know, sorting out the bullies or trying to get them to go away or even fighting back, really. Just try and work on yourself more, okay? Because you might not be in a position to fight back. You might not be a judo champion or an MMA fighter, or, you know, you might not be big and strong. So not everyone is in the position to fight back physically. So you have to instead be smart about it. All right, now a way to be smart about it is not to try to change the bullies, is to change yourself. All right, so the first thing to do is to think about why you're bullied. All right, maybe you make yourself a target, and it could be to do with your own insecurities. Okay, now if you're feeling insecure, you've got to then think why you're insecure. All right, so if you do have insecurities, maybe it is that you're short, maybe it is that you're slightly overweight, maybe it is that you're black, whatever, you know, maybe it could be anything. It could be that you're white, you know, it could be anything. There's all sorts of things that people are insecure about, and sometimes they're irrational. Okay, sometimes people can be irrational. You know, maybe people may think that a target is because they're too beautiful. All right, so that's not always a bad thing. Okay, that makes you a target. Sometimes it's the opposite, and sometimes people target you because they're jealous, maybe. Okay, so you've got to try and work on yourself, your own insecurities, as opposed to trying to change, you know, the outside. All right, the things that you can't change, basically, the uncontrollables. So you're going to control the controllables. So your insecurities, best thing to do, maybe make a list of your insecurities. Okay, for one thing, make a list of your insecurities. Then list them into two groups: what can be controlled, what isn't controlled, or what you can't control. So maybe if you can't control the bully, yeah, if you've got you know, the bully, that maybe you can't control them because they're too big and too strong. You can then attach a different meaning to that, the fact that they're a bully. All right, maybe they've been bullied, maybe they've had a bad upbringing, maybe they're really sad, maybe they're just not happy at all, and you can almost turn things around so you can almost feel sorry for them. All right, now that's one way of dealing with bullying. Okay, that's not always going to help you much, because you're also then going to maybe get them, you know, the next day still try and bash you up physically or whatever. So it's not really helping you much, but at least you've realized in that instance that you're not the problem. Maybe it's them. You're not the problem. Now, you know, that's the sort of thing. Maybe the school's not helping you out. Okay, if the school's not helping you out, well, that's fine. If you're at school, if your workplace isn't helping you out and you're being bullied, well, you can't always change that. Maybe you can, you know, speak to them, and maybe they will change certain elements of their system to help you, but you can't rely on that. So you have to rely on yourself. Okay, so what you're going to do is look at the things that you can control, your insecurities that you can control. Okay, let's say you're overweight and you get targeted because you're overweight. You can lose weight. All right, now I'm not telling everyone to go on a diet. I'm just telling you, if people are making fun of you because of your weight, then there's a real simple solution. Just eat more healthily, take more exercise. That's a pretty simple solution. All right, so you know, you haven't really got to kind of worry, because you can do something about that. All right, or you don't have to do something about it. If you're happy being overweight and you're happy, you know, you don't feel like you should change that. Somebody comes up to you and say, "Oi, fatty, you know, get out of my way," and you'll say, "Yeah, sorry, I do take up a little bit too much room," and kind of just play along, just or whatever. You know, if somebody kind of is horrible to you, agree with them. Sometimes, you know, and you know, I've heard things before. People say, you know, if you're really short and you get picked on because you're really small, we'll turn that around in terms of, you know, like, smaller people apparently statistically live longer. And you know, if you turn things around like that in your head, turn the meanings around, attach different you know, meanings to a certain problem, then all of a sudden you feel better about it. If somebody is calling you a name, just agree with them. All right, now it's said, all right, I don't know the actual stats on it, but it's actually said that if you kind of don't bite back to a bully 3 times, 90% of bullying stops. All right, that's a massive percentage, really. All right, now why are they bullying in the first place? They want to feel like they've got the power over you, they're more significant than you. So if you bite back, if you're getting upset, if you give them a reaction, they are then more powerful than you, because they can make you do something, they can make you react in a certain way. If they try to upset you and you appear as though you're not upset because you're agreeing with them, you might even be nice back to them, then they've achieved nothing. All right, so, you know, they do that once, they might try it again, same sort of reaction, maybe they might try and use some other thing to put you down with, and you just keep agreeing, keep being nice back, keep kind of, you know, not trying to fuel the fire. You're just literally you know, kind of agreeing with them. You're not staying quiet, you're not fighting back, you're literally just, okay, I'm not bothered. All right, and you might be bothered, you know, completely bothered, but you're not giving them that power over you. All right, now maybe 3, 4 times later, you know, they try and get a reaction out of you and they're not getting it, they'll move on. There's easier targets. It doesn't matter if you're small, it doesn't matter if you're weaker, it doesn't matter if you're super tall, it doesn't matter if you're overweight, it doesn't matter if whatever, you got a big spot on your face. All right, it doesn't matter. If you agree with them and you don't give them the reaction that they're looking for, they'll very quickly move on to somebody who do give them that reaction. All right. So so my message really today is to not really to fight back against bullying. It's just to accept that bullying's out there, accept that bullying is a thing, and then kind of deal with it by dealing with yourself. All right, deal with your own insecurities. There's a lot of things you can actually change. You know, there are, if you wear glasses, big thick glasses, and you get fun made out of you, or you know, fun poked at you because of those, you can obviously then wear contact lenses or something like that. You know, there's certain ways around things. If you keep going to a certain place and you keep getting bullied by a certain person, maybe just don't go to that place. There's solutions to things sometimes. So yeah, the message today is look for the solutions yourself. Don't just hope that the bullying goes away. Look at the bullies in a kind of a pitying way. All right, feel sorry for the bullies. That's a good way to deal with it as well. Just reframe your meaning on the bullies and the bullying, and then gradually you'll find that you get a little bit more confident when things start to maybe work in your favor. You start to get a bit more confident because you then have dealt with things yourself, and gradually, as your confidence grows, you're you know, next time you feel happier dealing with a bullying issue. So gradually you just start to grow, and you start to get more confident, and then when you're more confident, that will come from you. That will you'll have an air of confidence, and that's possibly why I've never had any issue with bullying in my life, is because I'm not big and I'm not maybe super strong, but I have an air of confidence, I guess, not cockiness but confidence, just simply because I've done a lot of martial arts and judo training, and I'm quite physically fit and strong for throwing people over, you know. So just because I've got that kind of confidence in my abilities, I kind of have natural confidence to kind of deal with people who are being horrible and not really bite to it, because they're not really a threat to me. I'm not bothered. So yeah, as you grow in confidence, things will start to improve, and then you can start giving that same advice to other people who are being bullied, because there's lots and lots of people being bullied. Bullying is not going away. You know, just decide you're not going to be offended. Just decide you're not going to get bullied anymore. If it's physical bullying, that's a little bit different. That's not really them bullying. That's just assault. Okay, that's different. And then obviously then you need to go to an authority, whether it be the police, whether it be, you know, your school or your workplace or whatever. That's something different. That's not bullying. That's a crime then. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there today. Hopefully you got a little bit out of this video, and if you like what we've mentioned on the channel, just give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on another video. Cheers everyone.